Phong Nha is famous for big cave tours, but we did not book one of those. We only had one full day here, and I honestly wondered if it would be worth stopping at all. Still, Paradise Cave became one of the best caves we saw in 3 months in Southeast Asia, and one place we almost skipped became the biggest surprise of the day. So, is Phong Nha still worth it without the expensive cave tours? First, why are these cave tours such a big deal? Phong Nha Bang is a UNESCO World Heritage Area with a huge network of caves. It is also home to Son Dong, the biggest known cave in the world by volume. That simply means it has the largest amount of space inside. Some caves are easy to visit in one day. Others need organized trips with hiking, swimming, and sometimes sleeping inside the cave. Oxalis Tours is a company that runs the Son Dong expedition exclusively, and many other adventure cave tours in the area. We started planning Vietnam only about 2 weeks before arriving, and many of these tours were already full. The ones that were still available did not fit our schedule, unfortunately. They were also above our budget. With more time, money, and earlier planning, I would seriously consider one of those tours. But on this trip, we wanted to see what the more affordable side of Phong Nha could offer. Phong Nha also made sense for our route. We took a night bus from Hue, arrived late, then slept in town, spent the next full day exploring Phong Nha, and then took another night bus to Ninh Binh. So it was a great short break. Our homestay was simple and very affordable, but the mountain view from the terrace was amazing. After breakfast, we rented a scooter and started at the Botanical Garden, because this stop included a short hike.
Oh, it starts the training. Great. Great start of a hike. Actually, no, the start of the hike was in an animal conservation project that for some reason I couldn't persuade Nikos that wasn't the start. It was opposite the road of the ticket office, and it was nothing like this. You see, here you see some, wait for it. You see some signs, left, right, blah blah blah. But no, he was convinced that the open cage of the tiger was the place to start. This is for people like Nikos. Like, it literally says, don't go this way.
The trail was not very long or difficult, but it felt perfect for us at that moment. There were some steep hills and a little bit of harder steps to go through, but it is completely doable. We had just spent 10 days in Cambodia and 2 weeks in the southern and central of Vietnam, so the cooler air, green mountains, and a quick dip in the cool water near the waterfall felt like a real break. I would keep your expectations realistic though, because if you're coming from the northern side of Vietnam after bigger hikes and waterfalls, this stop may not feel very special. For us, coming from the south, it was exactly what we needed. From there, we continued to Paradise Cave, which was the main reason we came.
Next part, cave adventures. Oh my god, this is... Oh. I have to say, they have made this very nicely. Most of the caves we have done so far, you go from the bottom and you go up, but this is a whole new experience.
Paradise Cave is 31.4 kilometers long in total, but visitors explore the first kilometer on a wooden walkway. 1 kilometer may not sound like much compared with the full cave, but inside it felt as though it kept going forever. We had already visited several caves during our trip, so I was not expecting to be this impressed. But Paradise Cave was huge. We walked from one enormous space into another, and every time I thought we were near the end, there was still more.
I really like the peacefulness that caves kind of give. You know, that if there weren't the guys in the background that were something. We have seen so many caves in the past almost 3 months, 2.5 months. But I don't know, they keep surprising me somehow.
Mà chưa ra có tiền ở nhà nó chưa hay là chưa có.
They're discussing the renovations of the place.
This was not a big expedition, like with an organized multi-day trekking tour, but it did not feel like a weak second option. For me, Paradise Cave was the strongest reason why Phong Nha was still worth visiting.
We are at the dock stop. There's so many people. There's a waiting line. Oof. They said 20 to 30 minutes. This is the happiest guy to meet the ducks. What I'm mostly wondering is, if all these people are waiting to feed the ducks, how fat are these ducks?
We almost skipped the duck stop because we were short on time, and I thought it might be a bit silly. I am very glad we went. As someone who loves animals, I was amazed by how well the ducks followed the people there. They moved together like cute little soldiers. It was funny and I genuinely enjoyed this experience. It was one of my fondest memories of Vietnam. So, who should add Phong Nha to their route? I think it is a good stop if you enjoy caves, mountain roads, and quiet nature, especially if it fits easily between Hue and Ninh Binh. For this kind of visit, 1 or 2 nights is enough. I would not add it to a 1 or 2 week Vietnam trip, unless caves are one of your main interests. There are many places in northern and central Vietnam that I would choose first. The landscape later reminded me a little bit of Ninh Binh, and I personally found more things to do there, but the stops we had in Phong Nha gave something Ninh Binh could not replace. Was Phong Nha worth it without the expensive cave tours? For us, yes. I'm very glad we stopped for 1 night and 1 full day. I would probably not return just to repeat the same visit, but I would come back for one of the cave trekking tours. Phong Nha was still worth seeing without one, and the caves are what would bring me back. Would you include Phong Nha without booking a cave tour? Let me know below. And if this video helped you plan your trip, consider subscribing for more honest travel guides. My Vietnam itinerary video for 1, 2, 3, or 4 weeks is on screen now. See you in the next one!